Hello, this is Bill Hahn. Welcome to the IBM BPM tutorial demo series. You can get to more demos and other resources at ibmbpmdemos.com. In this tutorial demo, we're going to take a look at the end user experience of Process Portal. We'll take a look at how individuals, managers, executives, and other end users can experience BPM in action using the Process Portal. So let's go ahead and get started. In IBM BPM's Process Portal, work is organized in a getting things done fashion. Work that is due now, later this week, tomorrow, work that's at risk of going overdue, and work that's already overdue. So we can see our inbox of tasks or activities awaiting our attention. When we work with those activities, we can easily get a preview of the information related to, in this case, orders and account opening activities and other work. For items that require streamlined approval, we can approve quickly without even opening up any additional user interfaces. If we'd like to search for certain items, we can get quick access to all the things in our inbox. We can see right now we have 38 items or activities awaiting our attention. If we search for just orders, we can see that narrows it from 38 down to 30. If we search for iPhone orders, we can see that only 5 of our work items or activities are related to iPhone orders. And if we drill down into these, we can see that they're destined for different customers: Target stores, Costco, Best Buy, and Walmart. And if we search for iPhone orders that are destined for Target, we can see that zeroes it down to one work item or activity awaiting our attention. We can do a number of things with activities. We can view the details. We can see who's worked on them thus far. We can see the picture of OF Analyst, Vendor 1 and Vendor 2. We can see the activities that were done, as well as the one at the top of the list that's awaiting my attention, manager approval. We can see a picture, a visual process diagram with people's pictures overlaid on top of them, as well as information about how many activities they've completed and the average time it takes them to complete them. We can see vendor 1 and 2, and we can see the activity highlighted that's awaiting my attention, so I can see not only what's happened before it got to me, but what I'm holding up down the line, as well as the people that have worked on this kind of an activity if I need to reach out to them for help. So the system automatically tracks who does what across the process. Now let's take a look at what might happen when a couple of people need to collaborate on work being done. You can see in these two web browsers on my desktop, which would normally be on two different computers and perhaps two different parts of the world, you can see Beth on the left and Bill on the right. Now Beth is going to kick off a new order, and she quickly finds herself in pretty deep and needs some help. So since the system has tracked who does a lot of work with this part of the process, she easily finds that Bill's available to collaborate with. So she can create a new invitation requesting Bill's help, and when Bill gets that invitation and clicks on it, it takes him to wherever she is at. And now you can see that when Beth clicks on different fields in the form and changes data, Bill can see exactly what's going on with those red highlights. Now when Beth gets to a certain part in the process or this form where she'd like to give Bill the ability to drive, she can give him control. She lets him take over control. So now Bill's driving, so when Bill clicks on different fields on the left, Beth can see where Bill is clicking. So now Bill can correct whatever needs correcting and then provide her some guidance on what to do next. So he'll go ahead and fill out the rest of the form, and Beth can effortlessly follow along. And when he clicks next, Beth's browser follows along. And in this fashion, anything that we build in IBM BPM automatically has these collaborative features with zero additional development effort. So let's go ahead and progress this order. Let's log on as vendor 1. Vendor 1 can easily find that iPad order. Drill down into it, see just-in-time real-time reports, essentially indicating the faster he responds, the more likely they are to win the business. Now vendor 2 will log on. Vendor 2 progresses the order, responds with an appropriate quote, a little bit lower price, and now when Bill logs in and takes a look at that order, he can look at the details and make a recommendation on which vendor should be used to fulfill the order. Now Bill can take a look at the process diagram. Now we can see, sure enough, Beth is the one that kicked off the order back when she was collaborating with Bill and getting his advice on how to fill out the order. These are the two vendors that worked on the order that look suspiciously like my children. And here I am in the process, highlighted clearly for me where I am and who has worked on this part of the process or this activity before in case I need to reach out for help. I can look at the details of this activity, this process, what's been done so far, and I can see that Beth kicked it off and now it's awaiting my attention to select and recommend the vendor quote. There are also dashboards in the process portal that make it easy for us to get enhanced visibility on exactly what's going on. So I could take a look at, for instance, my team's performance and see the percentage of work that's on track in blue, that's at risk of going overdue in yellow or orange, and what's already overdue in red. I can see what's going to go overdue in the future, and if I click on one of the pieces of the pie, like the at-risk piece of the pie, I can see just that portion of the work stream. I can see the work that's loading down my team and how that work is spread out across my team to perhaps make a better decision about who to assign this work to if I want to rebalance things. So I can either proactively think about what's going to happen in the future as well as efficiently react to what's at risk of going overdue, changing the priority or reassigning it to different people on the team. I can also take a look at the overall process performance with trending information across days, weeks, or months. And I can see the highest volume and velocity activities in my process. So for instance, that manager approval activity has a lot of work going on that's overdue, at risk of going overdue, as well as on track. I can build ad hoc reports. So up to this point, all the dashboards we saw work consistently in a general purpose fashion with every process that you use. Any process you build benefits from them. We can also build process specific reports or ad hoc reports. These are examples of those, showing me my service level agreements and the percentage of work that is on track in green here, and where I'm missing my service level agreements in red. I can see in this lower right quadrant a report that shows me wait times, and I can see manager approval is taking a lot of time as compared to other activities. These ad hoc reports are very easy to build into application screens, as we saw before, as well as after the application is deployed by end users. So here's an example of that. I can access the automatically tracked data. I can make this list of data longer or shorter just by clicking some checkboxes in my process application, as you'll see in a future tutorial demo on using the process designer. So without having to write any code, without any programming, I can easily make this list of business data longer or shorter so that business users can easily select the data they're interested in. In this case, customer and total quantity of orders. Let's get a pie chart that shows me the volume of orders by customer. Maybe a multicolored bar chart make it easier to see that Target is my highest volume orders in terms of customers. And then at this point we can take a look at perhaps diving down into the details of why manager approval has more wait time than other activities. So look forward to the tutorial demo on Process Optimizer to dive deeper on that topic. Thank you for watching.